I send my greetings to you, ladies and gentlemen, especially to you, ladies. Hi again, this is Dom, doing another Born of the Gods Theros 8-4 draft on Magic Online. Haven't really drafted the format a lot, but enough to have a rough idea of what I want to do. Herald of Torment normally isn't what I want to do because I don't really like black, just because it's so bad in Born of the Gods. The other cards I'm looking at here are Raised by the Wolves, Archetype's pretty good. Acolyte's Reward is pretty good. We might wield Servant of Timur and Marshmist Titan. Bolt of Karanos is pretty strong. It's a fairly strong pack overall. Next Born Shieldmate also not too bad. But we're gonna take Herald of Torment here. It's 3 mana for a 3/3 flyer is already ridiculous, and Bestow is just straight upside. Okay, so here we can pick a Fanatic of Xenagos and go into green-red, but I don't really think this is too good of an idea because we have to cut one of the two, Herald of Torment or the Fanatic. That said, I think it's better than Fall of the Hammer and Nyxborn Wolf in a vacuum. I would like to ignore this Fall of the Hammer just because I really don't like red, especially in Theros. There's just really not a big benefit of being red. I mean, you can get some of the good red cards in Born of the Gods and then just have no lightning strikes open. Then what are you really doing? So I think I'm gonna pick Nyxborn Wolf here. Yeah, that seems correct. And let's see. Oh, it is Eater of Hope, Asphyxiate, Drown in Sorrow 3 copy. Wow, black seems to be really open. So Drown in Sorrow looks like this sort of card that should do a lot, but it really doesn't. In this format, there's just a lot of 1/3s, 1/4s, 2/3s, and so on, bestow stuff. So I think I like Asphyxiate over it. Now the question is just, do I like Shriek, Harpy, or Eater of Days, or Asphyxiate the most? Because I gotta take one of the black cards for sure. This one I think is just a little bit too slow. I mean, it's a 6/4 and it's gonna kill your opponent, but it's just very, very, very slow. For 7 mana, and then it has 4 toughness, so it does get killed by all these -4/-4 deal for damage things. So I really don't think it's that good. Actually leaning towards Shriek Harpy, mainly because I haven't played with the card enough to really know. And I know that Asphyxiate is a good card, but I think I want to try out the Shriek Harpy. Seems okay. And here we can take an Asphyxiate or a Rage Monger, go into Minotaurs. That's not happening. Mogis, by the way, is the god of trade of treason. Whenever I draft Minotaurs, I just get horribly mana screwed or mana flooded. So yeah, I don't believe in Mogis anymore. The Rage Monger is not what I'm gonna take. Perplexing Chimera is a pretty good card if you're ahead. If you're behind, is still a Snit that keeps him from casting something ridiculous. But I think here I'm just gonna pick Asphyxiate. Stay on corner. Sorry for the loud clicking. My mouse decided to not really work today. Okay, so this is fancy. We could pick this Ordunus River Traveler because I think the card is pretty underrated. I see it a lot very late, and most of the times people don't pick it because they're not white. But the card is okay if you're only black. I mean, it's a grey ogre with only upside basically. And I do like black-white. I actually think white is, besides green, the best co-color to black, or maybe blue. But I prefer white over all of them, mainly because of Scholar of Athreos. The card is just very, very good. Sanguimancy I don't think is that great. Sun Guide and Wayfinder probably the next 2 picks. So I'm gonna pick the River Traveler here. I could pick Marshmist Titan and just go for the Ultra Black Devotion thing, but I don't think it's really worth it. I think I'd rather pick a good card in the second color. Now the question is, do we want to? How much does this Nyxborn Wolf put us in green? We could pick the Ferris Tromper, we could just pick one of the blue cards, which are both really good. I think Tromper might be better than Chorus of the Tides, but I don't know about Eternity's Net. It's just a very unique effect. That said, for black, where you do get Zip of Hemlocks and things like that, I don't think it's all that important as it, like, say, blue-white. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna take Ferris Tromper. I like the card pretty much. I like the card a lot. Spiteful Returned. This is a late Spiteful Returned. The card is pretty strong, especially in your regressive draws. Necrobite I think is pretty underrated, and there's also an Excoriate. Question is, how much does this Ordunus River Traveler make us want to be white, black, and just forget about the green? But I don't think it's I also don't think Ikoria is that great of a card. It might fit into this kind of deck a little bit better, but that's about it. So we get our Orca 5 drop, Orca 2 drop for this deck, or this 8 drop which we're just never gonna cast. So, I think I'm just gonna pick the Revoke Existence, only off chance that we're still white. But now that we will this Theros ban Trump, I really don't think we're gonna be white, and just settle for green black, which was always a good deck in Theros. I'm gonna take this Forsaken Drifter because there is some random interaction. Oh, Servant is pretty nice. Oh, we could wield the Satyr guy. What's his name? The one who mills you for 4? Satyr Wayfinder? I don't know. Yeah, I think Satyr Wayfinder or something. We could wield that, so that we could go for like the silly graveyard deck with Forsaken Drifters and the Piper and Nemesis of Mortals and all that stuff. If we open up a Night Hauler, that is. So yeah, I had a very long break. I apologize for that, but I had to defend my country because I'm Swiss, and in my country the military thing is still mandatory. So yeah, if you're asking yourself why, don't ask me. I'm asking myself the same question. But I had to do that for 3 weeks, so this is why I had to take a break. But now I'm back and better than ever. And I also haven't practiced Born of the Gods a ton. Ooh, Sangomancy. I also haven't practiced it a ton because Cube's out. It's always a good excuse to not draft the current format, because Cube is insane, as usual. I didn't like this cube as much as the former iterations. I like the Power Cube a lot. This cube is a lot less. I wouldn't want to say a lot less synergistic, but just feels lower in power level, and the most fun things for me were always the very unfair things. So if you want any cube technology from me, just draft blue. Don't look back. Just draft blue and see whether you want to pair it with white or green, and be done with it. Never do anything else. All the other colors are traps. Don't listen to LSV. Red is a trap. Never ever draft the black black aggro deck. It's just a pile. I've beaten so many Necropotences I can't even count. Anyway, so here we have a pretty clear whip of Erebos. Let's see what we can wheel. Could wheel the second disenchant effect, which we don't really want. Ah no, we only have one because we're probably not going to play. Probably not going to play white. We could wheel this 2-drop. Or this Nelia's Disciple, which is the only green card, so it's highly unlikely. Fellite Minotaur March returned also something, but we're gonna pick Whip of Erebos. Whip is pretty sick. Here, it's a pretty clear Voyaging Satyr. If we still, there's also Scholar of Athreos, by the way. So, I really like my white-black decks. And black seemed very open, but this is Voyaging Satyr. I mean, this is one of the reasons why people go green, because of mana ramp and things like that. Plus white seems not really open now with this pack. So do we want Plateau, Harpy, or Nesting Corsair? I think I'll just most of the times I will just go for Corsair because it's just so solid. And yeah, Leaf Prone Elder is pretty strong. Second Shipwreck Zara and Sea God's Revenge. That's also something. But Leaf Prone Dryad is a perfectly fine card. It's a very strong card, to be honest. This is probably not making it. This is hopefully not making it. Despite like random grave shenanigans, for 4/2 for 4 mana is just always mediocre. So, what is this Wingsteed Rider still doing here? Someone explain this to me. So we have to choose between a mediocre or a very good sideboard card, but we're black, and most of the times you won't play against the other black deck. And Volpine Goliath. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick Volpine Goliath. It's just a big dog, but big dogs are okay. We don't really have that much removal. Only one Asphyxiate, and also no Death Touches. This is kind of the two things that I want most, like Death Touch creatures and removal spells. Here we have none of them. Don't think we're an Ordeal of Nylea deck. I'm just gonna pick Rita Bones. I'm not a fan of random ordeals. I understand that these cards are pretty good, but if it's just not in your main plan, I don't think it's really worth it. I'm gonna pick Scorch Mark here, I think. I could also pick the Guardians for the sideboard, but I'm not really interested in that. And Center Battlemaster Queen of Erebos. Both of them are pretty mediocre. Don't really have anything for the Battlemaster except for this Herald and the Wolf and the Scorch Mark, and these two actually we have quite a bit, so who knows, maybe we can make this work. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna play this as just a Gravedigger for Enchantments, but I do think so. I mean, we have a couple, and the Flashlight Steed, one of a just another 2-drop, or we could pick this. I could help with the random grave shenanigans things, or we could just pick this because we have we already have a Read the Bones that produces card advantage. I don't really think we need them out of return. I'd just rather pick the Flashmat Steed, mainly for the ooh, okay. So we might just splash white. Now Nalia's Presence is a much higher pick for us. I think there was one before that I didn't pick. Pick Theros Bounty here. Or maybe I shouldn't because someone could mill us. That would be pretty funny. Yeah, this is a mistake that I see all the time. That people just in a vacuum mill their opponent. And this just can't be right. At least in a large percentage of the time it's not right. I mean, if your opponent's just vaguely black, it can't be right to give him like an opportunity to 2-for-1 you with March of the Returned or things like that. It's right sometimes, maybe even more than 50%, but just defaulting to milling your opponent unless you have a very strong reason to is not the way to do it. You have to think about their deck as well, and I see far too few people do that. So here it looks like we might actually just first pick Nylea's Presence. It's also Return Phalanx, which is pretty good. But I think I really liked my Scholar of Athreos. I really do. Return Phalanx is so good. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I really want to play the Scholar of Athreos, and I want to play this Grey Merchant of Asphodel really bad. Yep, that seems like the pick. His deck is good. Looks pretty nice. Don't know if it would have been better with as a blue-black deck. It's very likely that it would have, just because we have seen 2 Shipwreck Singers and no Farika's Mendes, but that's okay. And those are our Voyaging Satyr. We still don't really have that many things that target. And Anthusa is okay, but Voyaging Satyr is just irreplaceable. And Hythonia the Cruel, okay. It's also Baleful Eidolon, which is one of the best cards for the deck, but the Hythonia just kind of is. I mean, what is really beating this? Someone please tell me. So we have Rescue from the Underworld, which is very cute, but I'm just gonna pick the Return Phalanx. This time I'm gonna be disciplined. And do we want a second Return Phalanx or a Lash of the Whip? Normally I would default to the Return Phalanx just because I don't like Lash of the Whip, but in this deck we don't really have. We only really have Asphyxiate for removal, and I would like a second removal spell, so I'm gonna pick Lash of the Whip over Return Phalanx. And we also have in the green black deck is also not that important to have the 3/3 because you do have your big guys in green, whereas in like blue black you normally have very tiny blue guys that really can't block all that well, and then it's far more important to have the 3/3. Farika's Cure is pretty strong. Triad of Fates I think is very overrated. Card is just very, very slow, but it's a good card. I also like the card more. That said, we only really have the Nylea's Presence, and we would have to go pretty deep to splash it. Now I'm gonna pick Farika's Cure. I don't really even know if I want to play this Scholar. Maybe now I do, because I'm gonna pick up a piece of mana fixing, maybe with the Opaline Unit card. Or just a second copy of Read the Bones. Nah, you know what? Screw the Scholar. I mean, it's nice and all, and we're probably still gonna play it, especially since we. Oh, I was about to say since we get an unknown choice for free, but then I saw this return phalanx, which is yeah, much better. Yeah, this deck looks pretty sweet. Not gonna play the Scorch Mark. We don't have to play the Flashmat Steed. I don't think we. I think we have enough good playables in just black and green to not play the Scholar. Even though I want to play the Scholar. Not gonna play this. Not gonna play March of the Returned or Forsaken Drifters. I'm very sorry. Marsh Mist Titans. Not really something I'm interested in. And Battlemaster can go too. So that leaves us one cut, which is probably going to be maybe the Spiteful Return because we're just not attacking. No, probably the Nylea's Presence. Yeah, this looks like the deck we're playing. We might side in another big guy. Oh, we have nothing against flyers. Jeez. Only the Relief Brand Riot and some removal spells. We're pretty cold to flyers. So yeah, this looks like the deck we're building. Yeah, Commune with the Gods would also be pretty sweet to find the Whip of Erebos maybe, but yeah, I don't want to go too cute here. So I'm gonna pause the video and see you when with the finished list. So after lots of thinking, I've come up with this version. Quickly to explain some of the choices, I chose to leave out the second Phalanx for the first Forsaken Drifters, mainly because it's never going to attack in a deck. And we have probably enough early game so that we don't really need the 3/3 defender for 4/2. We could also play this Flashmat Steed over it, but I'm just not a big fan of the Steed. I chose to not play the Scholar of Atheros Nylea's Presence thing, just because we have enough decent playables as it is. I don't really know if Forsaken Drift is worth it, but we shall see. You can always board in the second return Phalanx against an aggressive deck. And against the controlish deck, the 3/3 defend is just not going to do all that much. So round 1 action is about to begin. Let me quickly check the time on the recording. So round 1, we're on the die roll. We're going to play first. This hand is decent. If we draw green mana, this hand is pretty okay, and we're on the play with the Spiteful Returned, which could lead to some pretty early beatdowns. And we also have to read the bones on turn 3. Should we not draw Forest and just another Swamp? If we draw no lands, this hand is obviously bad, but which hand isn't? So no mulligans. And we're back. Let's quickly remove these upkeep stops. it's a leftover from Cube, where you just default to having upkeep stops because of all the fetch lands and Thorn Glaciers and stuff like that. GLFH. that doesn't sound right. Good luck, fun have, or something. A red deck. Well, looky, oh, there is the land. It's not the forest, unfortunately, but it still means that we could play this Read the Bones next turn. It does have an Arena Athlete on turn 2. Not sure. I think we're gonna attack. Hope he blocks because of this Odinus River Traveler. Because we're attacking here for quite a bit. It wouldn't surprise me if he just blocks here. It would also not surprise me if he doesn't, but yeah, okay, now I'm pumped. This is a very nice turn of events. To be able to use this straight up is yeah, it's so good. On a bestow guy. Okay, this was pretty lucky. Fanatic of Senagos. Let's see. At some point, our Relief Crown Elder will make it so that our guy is bigger than his. I don't think I want to give him the counter here. No, since we don't really have an answer just yet. So it's a 4/4 haste for this turn, and we just draw the full swamp. So we can bestow this and swing, or just play the Read the Bones. I think I want to bestow this and swing. I mean, this is 5 damage. So it's a clock. It's a pretty fast clock. It's gonna go down to 13. We're gonna go down to 13, so right now our clocks are equal. Maybe this was bad because we don't have anything to push this through, but should we draw the forest now, we can bestow one of our guys on it, and the other guy the next turn, so it's gonna be pretty good. This turn 4 is a Fellhide Spellbinder. This is not nice. Let's see, we could attack him for 6 for 8. So that means he has to block next turn. Yeah, this seems right. I have no proof that this is right, but this just seems the way to do it. If he runs out of creatures, this is gonna kill him pretty quickly. Let's see, we're gonna take 7 here. So with this setup, even if he can make a copy of this, let's say next turn we can still jump block. This card is just very good. Oh, he's the guy to our left, right? So he should have like Fall of the Hammers and Bolt of Keranos. What good red did we pass in the third pack? I didn't really think there was a lot, but I didn't really pay attention, to be honest. So he's in thinking mode. Swings with both, I would say. No, he doesn't swing with anything. Okay. So now I think we want to just leave Crown Elder this thing up. Yeah, I think now that he keeps his guys back, this has to be right. Just smash. With our heavily bestowed guy. He's probably gonna jump with Fanatic. No, with both even. Oh, okay, yeah, they actually trade. Oof. Oh, hoo-hoo. Okay. Yeah, this is an awkward turn of events. Yeah, this was pretty strong. Wow. Didn't think that was a thing. A thing that could happen. But he's still at 3, so if we attack he's at 1. So the current board state means that he's gonna die. No, scratch that. And now all his guys are bigger. Now his guy is bigger than ours. Okay. So this game has changed for the worse. By a lot. You can even attack now, yeah. This means that next turn we can attack with Nyxborn Wolf. I have the feeling that we have to trade this away right now, because after that it's just gonna get much worse. I know it's a 2-for-1 trade, which is usually very bad, but I think this card is just gonna kill us if we let it survive. Now I'm gonna play the Tromper, I think, and just try to grind him out. Still have this Read the Bones in our hand. So let's just hope he doesn't have anything too big or too nasty to follow this up. Now I think we're gonna trade against the Fanatic here. Yeah, that seems correct. It's worse against the Pump Spell. So now we can Read the Bones, hopefully draw something sweet. This is something sweet. Okay. Whip of Erebos seems pretty ridiculous here. I think we want the whip. I'm not sure if we want the Lash of the whip. Yeah, we can play whip this turn, next turn activate whip, get back Ortuna's River Traveler and play return maybe the next one wolf or something. No, I don't think we really need the Lash after whip. I want the whip for sure. whip it up. And now he can't really attack if he doesn't have a guy, because then we can just whip back the wolf and kill him. Oh yeah, whip was pretty sick. So we're gonna to 5. Currently this just kills him. Let's see if this is actually true. I want to get back the trumper, I think. And I'm doing it because we still have the Voyaging Satyr in our hand. Which means we can still, if this fails, we can still just play the Satyr and block to avoid dying. Maybe the other play would have been better. Just put him to 1. Oh, what we could have done is play, return the River Traveler, get back this Spiteful returned, equip it and attack. So we still have a Spiteful returned if everything fails. Yeah, but I think just trying to kill him is correct here. Lightning Strike, okay. Well, if his plan to win against the whip is lightning striking the stuff that we get back with the whip, I think this game is pretty much out of reach for him. So now it depends whether if he attacks, and then it depends if then we would have to find out if he had drawn a guy that is big enough to, or just a random guy, because if he didn't, then we can still, if he holds back, then we can still attack with Satyr and the River Traveler, which we have this bestowed on. Let's see, how does whip actually, oh, Hythonia, do we really need that? Okay, so we can try to win again. I think this is what I want to do. So get back the Spiteful returned, then bestow Spiteful returned on this guy. And attack of both. Yeah, this should work. And boom. Okay. Red, green, mid-rangey guys, so to speak. His guys are all pretty big. Maybe Gardens of Elitis is not too bad against him. Return Phalanx has to be good against him. Questions. How many purely defensive guys do we want? 7 should be decent. Spiteful returned, even though it just won the game, might not be the best against him. Also Ferris Band Tromper. Just because it's he has 3 mana guys that are bigger than this, and we will have to be on play to make this optimally, to play this guy optimally. We might just cut the Trompers. Seems a little bit weird, but I think I want to try it out. Just because those stack up so badly against his stuff. I don't know. I mean, I like the card a lot, but maybe just not in this matchup. Ugh. No swamps and 3 double black cards. No, I don't think we can keep this. I know we can't keep this. This is okay. This hand is decent. Oh, a Chrome Crusader. Out of the gates right away. I always like myself on a Chrome Crusader deck. I'm always glad if this card works. And it seems to work for him right now. A lot, actually. Yeah, this is a beating. So let's play Voyaging Satyr to stem the token bleeding. He also has Coordinated Assault in his deck, doesn't he? Ugh. Yeah, this is awkward. Yeah, let's just block the token. Let him waste the coordinate to the salt. Ah, he doesn't even have it. Okay. Sweet. Two-headed Cerberus. think I want to just... I think I'd want to just hardcast this. Mainly because of the River Traveler. And also because this can just block this and then we're done with it. Plus we don't have anything to bestow this on. We could bestow it on the Void Fixator, but then it would block again for another turn, and nah, it wouldn't be that great. Yeah, this card can be very, very good in a black-white deck, especially with the the Baleful Eidolon, where you just bestow the Eidolon, block, kill a guy, get the Eidolon, block, kill a guy, play this, return Eidolon, bestow Eidolon, and you're just basically playing like 6 Eidolons. Oh, this guy again. Ugh. Oh, but we have a big guy as well. The question now is just which one is faster. I think with this Gary we just have to be faster, right? I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go to 10, go to 9. He takes 5, goes to 15, goes to 10. Then we're at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is this any creature? Oh, yeah, it is. Ugh. You can copy Gary, right? I'm not sure if you can do this. I'm not sure about that, guys. Let's see. So we're attacking for 5. He cracks us back for 6. We go to 10. Then we go to 9. Attack back, he goes to 10. Then it's 10b9. Then we play the Gary. He's at 6. We're at 14. He copies Gary. He goes to 8. I think we're still winning this race. I'm not positive. Depends on what he has, but I think as of now we probably still win this race. And if we draw land, we can also just have a jump blocker up all the time. And yeah, let's try this. Yeah, Spellbinder is pretty strong. Just as a 3/4 for 4. There is another rare, like a black rare. Ugh. Can we afford to take that much? We have to. Because Gary doesn't really block this. But then on the other hand, no, I think I'm gonna put a counter on this. Just because of because then it's probably gonna be the creature that we jump block. Yeah, maybe this was bad. Oh yeah, you can also pump this. Jeez. Yeah, this was probably very bad. So now we're gonna play Gary for sure. Then you can copy the Fanatic. You can copy the Fanatic, crack him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. No, we just die if he does that. No, I don't think we can attack anymore. Let's see. He copies the thing. Copies Gary, so we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. No, we can't attack. Yeah, that was probably pretty lousy. How do we win this game? And is he just going to copy Gary? Yeah, he is. That makes a lot of sense. And you can just let us bleed to death from a Herthonia, from a Herald of Torment. So I think Hythonia is kind of what we want to do here. If we can. And we can, okay. So let's just go for this. Oh no, hang on. Now we can't copy anything. So if we attack with this, and then do we want to attack with this is the question. We would block here, and Hythonia will block the Felhike guy. This will block this, so we take 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we still take too much. No, I still think we take too much. So this is the way we're gonna try and win. Yeah, because if we attack, we can block 2 of his guys, then we still take like 6. Yeah, we still take a lot. And we're still bleeding here. Maybe next turn. Who knows? Depends on whether we draw the land or not. What is this? Nessian Asp? That's a big guy. Ow. Lash of the Whip. Huh, that changes stuff. Yeah, that changes stuff. I think now we can attack with Leaf Brand Ride. Because we're gonna kill one of his guys. Block. Still bad. No, we're still taking too much damage. No, we still can't attack, I don't think. Yeah, 6 guys, and all of them deal at least 2 damage. Yeah, I really don't know if we're doing this correctly here. Do we want to kill something end of turn? If we do, it's probably going to be Spellbinder. No, I think I want to keep this up just in case. Next one, Wolf. So 5, this makes it 8. Swing at him for 8. And go to 7. Block 3 of his biggest guys, and we still take more than 7. Oh, we could attack and then play Ordinance River Guide. Ordinance River Traveler, block 4 of his biggest guys, so that will be this, and this. And then we would take 6 and go to 2, go to 1, and then kill him next turn with the next Bone Wolf. Yeah, that seems alright. Let's see. Yeah, that seems alright. That's what I'm gonna try. Oh no, he still has the Nessian Asp. I forgot about that. Huh, good thing I remembered that just now. No, in that case, I think I'm just gonna say go and see if he attacks with an Nessian Asp. Because then we can -4/-4 and block it with Hythonia. Why must this have reach? This guy's so good. I'm gonna die to this at some point. If you can monsters this, we just win. Because that's 7, it's like 10 damage, so pretty much just win. Also just attack with this and then monsters it. could just like, have killed this. Then we block 3 of his biggest guys, which is this, this, and this, and we go 2-1. No, this is way too risky. And now he's attacking with everything. Okay. So we wanna trade this away, I think. Can we block in a way that we just win next turn? We can block 5 of his guys basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're probably just gonna take like 2. And this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If we can make all these three survive and not die ourselves, we could try and win. So this would mean that this has to block the asp. This has to block like this guy. This has to block this. This has to block this. Then we take this and he pumps this and we kill it. Yeah, that seems fine. Let's see, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we can still win even if the thing just falls off. So block here, block here, block here, and block here. Yeah, that seems alright. So right now we're taking 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope this works out. If it works out, we should win. And coordinate assault. Okay. This is something else. This means that this will fall off. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's not enough with the wolf. So I think we would have to kill one of his guys here to still make it be lethal. Right now we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Yeah, so we can't really do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, we're just a little bit too dead. Let's put it that way. And then we're gonna lash off the whip this thing. Yeah, this was an unfortunate turn of events. 1, 2, 3, 7. No, he's gonna go to 1. Exactly. That's pretty awkward. And even as a follow-up play, okay, so our whole plan wouldn't really have worked out. And now we're just probably gonna die to Herald of Torment, I think. Just gonna copy it and just ram a face in. Yeah, this was awkward. Let's try our best here. No. Almost F6'd. Yeah, we're at 5, we're at 4, even if you play a guy, his biggest guy deals 2, so we have to block with everything. Ah man, that was awkward. I know, yeah, he even has one more attacker. So we just die. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see if we no. Yeah, that wasn't good. So he has a lot of big guys. Is what we know. It's what we knew before. This still doesn't excite me all that much, and I still think Guardians of Melita is pretty strong against him, even though it makes the 3/4 attack through it. And now we're on the play, so I think now I'm actually gonna put one of the Trompers back in, maybe even the second. Yeah, maybe on the play the Trompers are just better than me trying to be on the defense. Don't know. Might well be wrong. Let's just try our best. Yeah, I think we didn't play this game optimally before. I would have to go over it again, but I think there must have been some mediocre plays, because with the cards we have, I think we could have won. This hand seems okay. The double black is a little bit awkward, but we do have the Voyaging Satyr, so it doesn't matter all that much, because we're gonna have double black as soon as we have a black. And no a Chrome Crusader. Let's just we draw another double black card. So let's just draw land. What about that? I'd settle for a land. No, this is not a land. Okay. It's okay. As long as he doesn't play like a Fanatic of Xenagos. Okay, all this. If we didn't have plays turn 3, you have to attack here. If we didn't have plays with 3 mana, we're obviously waiting for the 4th one. Ugh. This stinks. This is very bad. Should have mulliganed it in retrospective, but it's always easy to say. Yep. Not like we would have blocked. Ah, it's a land. Hooray. Still in it. Somewhat. We do what we can. We do what we can. We're not gonna scoop. Does he have lightning strike on this? Just flat out. Seems like he does. Yeah. Oh no, it's a boon Satyr. Okay. Okay. I see. I see. This is how he wants to play this game. If we draw a Swamp, what do we do? We could just cast Lash of the Whip. I think here we're probably gonna block the Archetype. No, we're not gonna block anything. Ugh. Just gonna take 1,000,000 damage. That's what we're gonna do. And by 1,000,000 I mean 11, which is 1,000,000 in Magic terms. Oh, 13 even. Ugh. This is a disaster. Okay. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Oh yeah, we are dead because of the trample. Okay, fair enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, that was a short adventure into Born of the Gods Theros. But we'll be back for more at a later point. So thank you very much for watching. This was Dom from MagicGatheringStrat. See you guys soon.